Well, as far as genre stuff goes, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms isn't the only thing that got a surprisingly huge nomination. Wonderman, which was a Marvel show that I had very little interest in the lead up to it. Like in the year or so leading up to it, I had very, very little interest in it. And then it came out and I watched it. And oh my God, I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed it. It was such a different kind of show, like even more different for a Marvel show than A Night of the Seven Kingdoms was for a Game of Thrones show. You know what I mean? It like totally blew my socks off. And to my surprise, but again, pleasant surprise, when I went over to the Emmy Award nominations today and I clicked on comedy series, the lead actor category, look who's in there. Yahya Abdul-Mateen has been nominated for Best Actor in a Comedy Series, and look who he's nominated up there with. Steve Carell for Rooster, Matthew Rhys for The Wonderful Widow's Bay, Jason Segel for what I think is probably the best show on television right now. Well, I mean, it's not airing currently, but Shrinking. And obviously, you're always going to find Martin Short or Steve Martin in this conversation as well for Only Murders in the Building. But and again, I love all these guys. I love them all. Obviously, I haven't started watching Rooster yet. Again, I don't know that I've ever seen it. I'm not saying Shrinking is my all-time favorite show. I'm just saying I don't know that I've ever had a television show that made me alternate between feeling extremely emotional and then laughing my ass off in the same 5 seconds. That show is just something really special, man. And it's so good to see that. And by the way, just as a side note, while I'm on this tangent, it's also really good to see Harrison Ford get nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Then right beside him, you see Parks and Rec alum Nick Offerman, who's actually been nominated twice. He was nominated for Best Supporting in a comedy and another for a limited series. So he's got 2 acting nominations this year. But we are here to talk about Yahya Abdul-Mateen. And again, guys, that was actress. As I said earlier, guys, like this was one of those shows that completely caught me off guard. Like I expected them to do the traditional Marvel formula. A lot of explosions. Oh my God, I have this power. I have this responsibility. I'm going to go out and stop wrongdoing. Instead, it's this beautiful discourse about love of the art, finding oneself, redemption. I mean, listen, watching a Marvel series, I could have watched an entire series, all of the episodes, if it was just Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Sir Ben Kingsley sitting in a room talking. Like those are some of my favorite moments, just when they're talking about like the history of film and these great moments and all this stuff. And when that one scene where they're sitting in his apartment and Trevor is just like, he starts going into these like, I can't remember. Was it a Citizen Kane speech? I can't remember now.
He did King Lear. He launched with King Lear.
That's what I was thinking. It was King Lear that he launched with.
And then Yahya Abdul did Grapes of Wrath, and then it went back over and he did Mozart. Why can't I think of Amadeus?
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I couldn't be more thrilled that he got it. I mean, again, this is one of those things where watching it, much like Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I'm watching, I'm like, God, I love this. I don't know if other people will, but this is really hitting me. And again, everybody seemed to love it. They loved it enough that they changed it from a limited series to a comedy because they were never planned on doing a season 2. And because of the reception now they are. So it's good to see. Anyway, Sean, you saw Yahya Abdul-Mateen gets nominated for Best Actor in a Comedy Series. He's up there with names like Steve Carell, Martin Short. I mean, this is crazy. And I love seeing the show get its recognition. What did you think about his performance in Wonderman?
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with most of everything you said there. Of when they put out the trailers, I didn't know what to make of it because when you think of what you expect from the MCU and then you see those trailers, is like, I don't see how this piece fits. And even using the Trevor character, I didn't know how that piece fit.
Yeah.
And then you watch the show and it's just kind of this beautiful bromance. And of course, Sir Ben Kingsley's is an absolute legend that, and you put the two of them together and they just bring the best out of each other. They have the most unexpected chemistry that you wouldn't immediately go, yeah, these two guys will just play off of each other great. And the whole show, to your point, is dependent on the fact that you just have to love watching these two guys
100%
interact with each other. and you do immediately, you buy into it, and therefore the show works. Therefore, you want more from it. And both being excited for him, but also for the idea of the MCU took a risk and they're being celebrated for it. They're not just doing the same playbook. They're not doing the same formula. They took a risk. They tried something really different, and they're being rewarded for it. I think that's a good thing.
You know, to your point, I think, you know, if you don't buy that chemistry and if you don't buy into that connection, especially when you get near the end of the series in the finale, like you really feel, yeah, Trevor would sacrifice himself for him. He would. And then, yeah, he would put everything else on hold to go and try to break him out of prison. Like if you don't buy that, then the ending feels trite and it feels artificial. You know what I mean?
Everything is earned. Everything is earned in this series.
Everything is earned. Every emotional beat and stuff like that is earned. I also, I don't want to go on about it too long, but man, the scenes where Trevor is talking to his mom when he's at his mom's place, like I just found that so, Sean, I think you used the word charming. I found it so charming and beautiful and just not the kind of feelings you expect to get elicited when you go in to watch a Marvel Disney Plus show.
We were just coming off of Ironheart. So we were going into this like,
don't remind me.
Beleaguered. This is going to suck too. And personally, this was actually became my favorite Marvel series. When it ended, I asked myself, I said, did we just become best friends? I was like, did this become my favorite Marvel series? And I said, yes, it is. It took me by storm. I mean, it took everyone else by storm too.
Yeah, I ended up liking it way more than I thought it would. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Yahya Abdul-Mateen has been nominated, again, up there with names like Martin Short and Steve Carell for Best Actor for a Comedy Series for a Marvel show, Wonderman. You know what? I'm totally shocked and surprised, but I couldn't be happier for him. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.